I want to welcome everyone here to the launch of Safe Summer 2023. My name is Dr. Pryor. I'm the Senior Policy Advisor for Community Capacity Development, and on behalf of Caban, who is actually at the House of Commons in London, talking about the international human justice work, let me welcome all my friends, my colleagues, my affiliates, my partners to the launch of Safe Summer 23. Come on, y'all. Before I say anything, I first want to thank every person who had anything to do with putting this event together. It took a lot of work, and I think the process is actually going to talk about the three principles which guide Safe Summer 23. First, strategic planning. And we know it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, a lot of paper pushing, a lot of Zooms, a lot of meetings in order for us to be able to put together this collaboration of intelligence, of genius, of experience, of insight. And so for us to be here today demonstrates that the principle of strategic planning is real. And then we have cross-collaboration. We have people who work in a wide range of disciplines who are interested in making sure that this is the safest summer possible. And so we want to demonstrate through our collective work and responsibility, through our bargaining, that we can work together, even if we have differences. And we don't have to agree on everything, but the one thing we all agree on is that we want our community to be safer. This is about as nonpartisan as it gets. I haven't met a person yet who said they didn't want to be safe. I haven't met a person who didn't want to be prosperous. I haven't met a person who didn't want to grow and didn't want their children to have everything that will allow them to flourish. So that's what this is about. And then we have the final principle, which is community engagement. And that means that we have to come out and reach out to each other and be there for each other. We have to share information. We have to share practices. We cannot afford to not work together. Our destinies are intricately intertwined, and our success is going to be based on how well we work together. So community engagement is very important. That's why we're here today, to demonstrate to the world how we engage with each other.
I'm here on this afternoon because we are kicking off Safe Summer. And when I say safe, I want you to say summer. Safe? Summer. Safe? Summer. And today, as Dr. Pryor has so eloquently expressed, we're here as a collaborative, we're here as a community, and we're here to engage. And I believe that all of the partners, all of the people that are here today, our legislative heroes, people on the ground that make the magic happen in all the communities around the city, I believe that this is the time, this is the day, this is the season that if we come together, we could never be ignored and we will always be effective. And so on this afternoon, it is my job to ask the divine creator to bless our efforts, to give us the wisdom, the understanding, and the knowledge to be able to execute the principles that we are engaging for a safe summer. Father, we pray that you would protect us even as we've already launched into a very volatile summer season. We believe that today, coming together with one mind, with one objective, and with one goal, to keep our streets safe. We ask your blessing. We thank you for CCD. We thank you for Dr. Pryor. We thank you for Caban. We thank you for all the groups from all over the city that represent protecting our children and our people. And we pray your blessings upon this event and upon everyone that's participating. In your name, everyone said amen.
Amen. Peace, family. Peace. My name is David Caba, and I represent B.R.A.G. and everybody that's standing here today. I want to salute all of my colleagues and talk to you a little bit about community engagement, because this is where it begins. Well, we got a press conference and we spread the word about what we're going to be doing this summer, which is making it the safest summer in 2023. Yeah. We've been doing this for years, and we have an approach that starts with community engagement, which means that it ain't just my hood, it's your hood. It ain't just my state, it's your state. It's not just my nation, but your nation. This is a national effort. We have people here from all over. And so when we talk about community engagement, we talk about everything from our young to our seniors and in between. We talk about community centers, block associations, tenant associations. That means that we're going to be closing streets down and bringing that peace message all over our nation, particularly here in New York, where we're standing here today. So when I say you come out to the BX, come out to the BX. When you say come out to Staten Island, to Brooklyn, to Manhattan, to Queens, to the corners of New York and the national community, B.R.A.G will be there. It takes public education as well to spread that out, so you will see messaging spread across all mediums. That means social media, that means the news, that means this press conference here today. We stand here ready to take this summer, bring it back to our communities, bring it back to our peoples, and make sure that everybody has a safe and prosperous summer. And with that, that's my piece, that's my 120. Thank you.
First of all, I just want to thank all of the groups that are out here making sure that we're all staying safe this summer. A special shout out to Caban and CCD that's located in my district, but also Life Camp, SOS, everybody else who is out here. Appreciate y'all because you are a cornerstone of public safety in this city. And I saw somebody's sign that said live, work, and play. And I just want to hit on that play piece for a second because we want to be safe not only to keep each other alive, right, and healthy, but because our communities deserve joy and opportunity, and that has been stolen from us time and time again. But the beautiful thing about this is that we are making a decision today, a strategic plan today to make sure that this is a safe summer, to make sure that every day is a safe day for the people that we care about and love. And that comes with teamwork and collaboration. And so I'm really proud to be a partner with y'all in this work, to understand that, yes, this is people-powered public safety. It's not police public safety, it's people-powered public safety. It's proactive, it's preventative, and it's proven, right? This works better than anything else that we have available to us. So it's time to double, triple down, and you have my support in that today and always. I just want to thank you for the work that you do, and I am here to make sure that we're giving them hell in the halls of power in City Hall to say that y'all are the experts, and it's our job to partner with you to get you exactly what you need so we can have a safe and beautiful and playful summer. So appreciate y'all. Thank you.
How y'all doing today? Peace, everybody. Peace. My name Damarr from Philadelphia Ceasefire. I want to first of all thank Caban, Miss Judy, and the CCD for everything y'all do. Not only for today, but 365 days a year. And thank y'all for allowing us to come out here and be a part of this with y'all. Thank y'all for wrapping y'all arms around us. You know, Philadelphia Ceasefire, and you know, giving us the ropes and you know, putting us on the game and everything like that. Another thing, we want to talk about Safe Summer, man. We excited about Safe Summer over here in Philly, man. And one of the things we're going to do, we got a 30-foot long Winnebago. We're going to be doing pop-up discussions where we're going to be coming to the community. We're going to do different events. We're going to do, you know, pop-ups at different neighborhoods where we're going to discuss, you know, community-led experiences and stuff like that, and abilities to help people with human rights, human development, and also human justice. We also going to introduce a hotline that people can call, and we'll be a listening ear. And we also will be able to help the high-risk youth out there, you know, to help they household, their incomes, whether it's, you know, late when they rent and stuff like that. Another thing we going to do, we partnering up with community leaders to start a garden for people that's into gardening and all that, so we can help, you know, bring them together as well. We want this to be a safe summer 2023. You know, we look forward to working with all you other orgs out here, and we thank y'all for the love and support, man.
Peace, 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 everybody. If you've been to anything that I've been at, you know I have to start first and foremost just by doing my regular chant, because everybody's here by the will of the Most High, right? So let's acknowledge what we're doing and let the city know what we're doing. Repeat after me. This is God's work. God's work. God's work. Right, so we understand that coming from the trenches. We truly, truly do. I want to first and foremost acknowledge the general, the architect of the Human Justice Network, my brother, Caban, who has embraced myself, Penn and Perry Inc. And for K being able to come to Staten Island and provide resources, a hub, a safe space, and just an energy of Safe Summer to support what we already do. I just want to acknowledge you, Kay. I know you're not here. I know you're moving around the world with the Human Justice Network. You stopped on Staten Island, and it resides there as well. So I just want to acknowledge you, bro. I want to acknowledge the whole CCD team and family. Y'all know what it is with us, right? It's CCD Staten Island over here, right? Right. Y'all know that. So you know, in the spirit of Safe Summer 2023, we just had a 13-year-old on Staten Island who was shot in the head. I want to acknowledge that young man because he's still fighting for his life, right? I want to bring him up today around this body of people because the work is personal. The work is very personal, and I'm encouraging everybody here to take it personal. Do the work and take it personal. Another thing, cross-collaboration. Cross-collaboration. Hey, that's what the Human Justice Network has been doing. You got Philly here, you got B.R.A.G here, you got the whole New York City here. So cross-collaboration is speaking to that. You can't just be in your borough, in your silo doing what you do. You got to travel around. You got to spread the message, spread the energy, and implore the right people to do the right thing. Last thing I want to mention is this. I want to shout out the CMS teams who are here. Give yourselves a round of applause, CMS. We all believe in the Human Justice Network. That's why we're here supporting. Let's continue to rock out. My name is I Am Mike Perry. Safe Summer 2023, y'all. Salute.
Indeed. My name is Jason Davis from Paterson Healing Collective. I'm the Crisis Intervention Coordinator. And like the brother brought up, and I really wasn't even about to touch on that, but I definitely wore my brother on his sweater. Mental health is real. And we all go through it. You know what I mean? We all go through all kinds of traumatic, you know what I mean, experiences and all kinds of different things. And healing is so vital and important. And some of the work that we do, we train people all day long, you know what I mean? So my brother's loss was senseless. That's all it was, just senseless. But one thing I'm gonna keep pushing to everybody is, if you think it's not your job, you lying to yourself. Every time you look in the mirror, know that you're supposed to love that person next to you, the right of you, the back of you, up, down, sideways, it doesn't matter. We all need to do this together. So when we talk about Safe Summer, we already know strategically that the summer is when it happens the most. And because it happens the most in the summer, we need to work collectively together to stop a lot of this madness. Healing is the only way this is gonna work. Understand that, and we know this because a lot of us have transformed our lives and transitioned to do the work that we're doing right now. And a lot of the violence that we caused was because we didn't get no healing. No healing. So make that accentuate as water and breathing this. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody here. Love y'all.
What's good, everybody? How y'all? I say safe, you say summer. Safe. Summer. Safe. Summer. I say safe, you say summer. Safe. Summer. Safe. Summer. Man, it's just so great to see y'all out here really kicking off a safe summer. And we know and have been preaching for a long time, God bless you, what that actually looks like. And what that looks like is important to talk about because I've been repeating this time and time again. When I tell folks to think about a community that they deem safe, I have never heard someone mention a zip code that has the most police in it currently. I've never heard them mention a zip code that produces the most people to incarceral situations like Rikers Island currently. That's been the same for decades. They generally mention zip codes that look and have resources like safe and affordable housing. They look like they have resources to get adequate mental health care and health services when they need it. They look like they have more than potato chips on the corners to sell their children. They look like they have jobs to be able to pay their bills. They look like they have schools that have nurses in them and social workers and sports programs. Those are the communities that people deem safe. And for me, it's not because law enforcement doesn't have a role to play, but for me, it's because we've asked time and time again for law enforcement to fill all the gaps and play all the roles of the things we haven't asked and haven't funded adequately in our communities. And what we do know is that the people behind me have been doing their best to fill those gaps for a long time, and it's been working. Before the pandemic, 2018, 2019, New York City was the safest it had ever been in history. And we told folks that was possible if we invested in these type of programs. So from 2011, when they stopped more black and brown young people than lived in the city of New York, to 2018, where they slowed down doing that and funded the groups behind me, we became safer. Then the pandemic hit, and we tried to revert back to what's been happening for decades, which is more and more law enforcement investment, more and more incarcerations. We cannot simply arrest the children of the people we arrested a decade ago. If that would have worked, it would have worked already. All you are doing is providing more trauma and more hurt to these communities. By the way, I'm happy to see y'all here, but to the administration and to government, you should not be planning for summer at summer. We have been pushing and pushing for these resources and these plans long before the summer, and I'm going to say it again, the mayor has an awesome task force. I'm still waiting for that plan, a year and a half, to push forth how we're going to actually do this. But I'm glad to see folks like CCD and all these groups here fill in the gap to push and say this summer, we're going to stand in the gap, not just in New York City, but all across this country. Because for some reason, the media doesn't show the black and brown faces that are out here fighting against this violence time and time again. What they need is support. What they need is money. What they need is infrastructure. We can do this. I have had the same conversations now with 3 mayors. 3 mayors and 3 administrations. At some point, let's just try something different. Let's just try something different. Because simply locking up black and brown people from the beginning of this country was never public safety, and it's not public safety now. So please, let's get the funding to the agencies that need it. Let's get the funding to the community groups that are behind me and so many others. And let's have a safe summer. You know, I know Caban's not here, but he was my legislative director, and we started the National Network to Combat Gun Violence, where we're working with city councils across the country. And to see from there to now the grassroots taking over and doing this across the country is amazing. Y'all look beautiful. You look amazing. Let's have this safe summer and show them what we could do. And to those who have the purse strings, this is it. This is what we need. Let's get the funding. Let's get the infrastructure. Let's have a safe summer. Peace and blessing, love and light to you all. Thank you so much.
So let me tell you my connection, tell you why I'm excited to support, be here on behalf of Be the Change, the SaulPaul Foundation, and Change Water. First I want to shout out Caban is an exceptional leader. I met him in Atlanta when we were both doing work at Morehouse. We had a brief conversation. Told him about the great things we were doing across the country. He told me what y'all were doing here in New York and across the world. We talked about collaborating, and I'm excited that we get to do it for this safe summer. So I'm SaulPaul. I'm a 4-time felon, 3-time Grammy-nominated artist. I had this unique story. My mama died when I was 3. Daddy left. Grew up in foster care, got arrested by the FBI when I was 17, went to the penitentiary when I was 20. But then I discovered if I changed my choices, I could change my life. I did. I got out the penitentiary. I went to this PWI. We know what the HBCU is. Show some love to HBCUs. That's kind of what penal institutions are. They're historically black, right? But I went to this predominantly white institution. It's called the University of Texas at Austin. Whole bunch of white people and then an ex-felon like myself. I ultimately graduated with a 4.0 while I was on parole. And then I realized that I had to do more and give back. That's when I started this campaign. called Be the Change. We travel the world. We inspire others to be the change in their local community. Got nominated for 3 Grammys. I took that platform and I turned it into this company called Change Water. We're excited to partner with Safe Summer, the 16 plus cities Safe Summer will be in. We are the official hydration partner. We donate 50% of our profits to local schools and nonprofits. Last fall, we gave away $105,000 scholarships to 100 Title I schools across the country. We're excited to support Safe Summer this summer. And ultimately, like the brother said earlier, like it's a lot of us that have actually came from the soil, and we do this work, but we went through and we hadn't healed. And that's why we hurt and we brought harm. So I'm excited to play part. My organization is excited to play part in bringing healing this summer as we have a safe summer. I'm SaulPaul.
How you doing? My name is Mysonne. I am the co-founder of Until Freedom. I'm the founder of a national organization and movement called Boycott Black Murder. When I say boycott, y'all say black murder. Boycott! Black murder. Boycott! Black murder. That means that we are making sure we shutting down anything and anybody that's invested in our murder and our death in our communities. You know, when we talk about strategic planning, those who are invested in our death have strategically planned this. They are making money off of our death. They profit off us killing each other in our communities. So we have to be equally as invested in our life. We have to make sure that we are invested in making sure our kids are safe, that we are making sure our communities are safe. When we talk about cross-collaboration, it means that nobody is coming to save us. No one man can save us. No one organization can save us. We all have to be invested in our communities. Those who are directly impacted must be the solution. Those closest to the problem have to be the solution. So we have to save ourselves. Nobody's coming to save us. See, I talk about something called coward culture. This culture is invested in cowards and uplifting cowards. It is time for us to uplift those who are strong, those who are brave. It's going to take brave men and women in our communities who are not going to sit by and silently and peacefully coexist with cowards and coward culture. That is how we're going to save our communities. Anything less is going to have us in the same positions that we are. So I'm not going to really talk too long. I just want us to know I'm done talking. It's time for us to do the work. It's going to take Lottie, Dottie, and everybody to make our summer safe this year. Boycott! Boycott!
Hey, yo, I want to have 30 seconds of silence, right? With your fists in the air if you really about stopping senseless violence right now. As you doing this, keep your hand in the air and look around, man. This how many people was dedicated to stopping this senseless violence. I be the bad boy trainer, AKA bad boy without the ditty. I represent Kinetic Fitness, Brooklyn Skate Society, and the Skaters Lounge. I am a CBP, a community-based program. I'm not an organization. I've been doing this work since I came home from prison in 2010. I have young youth that used to be blood, used to be crib, used to be folk, that ain't banging no more, that's married, got kids, productive, tax-paying citizens.
Stop shooting! Stop shooting! Stop shooting! Peace, y'all. I'm New York City Council member Chi Osse. I have the great honor of representing BedStuy and Crown Heights in the City Council. I want to shout out a couple of my folks here. Project Restore BedStuy is doing the real work within my community. Both sides of violence. Coco over there, shout out to y'all. Listen, I was listening to a interview the other day. I forgot it was some big guy in the press, and he said, why do black people never talk about black on black violence? I hate that term, black on black violence, and I hate that line that he said that we never talk about it. First and foremost, look around today. Look at us talking about it. Look at us stepping up against some of the violence that we see within our own communities. You know, they don't ever want to project what we're doing here today in standing up and protecting our communities. So I want to thank each and every single one of the organizations that's out here today. This is the real work, right? They love to perpetuate this sense of fear, this sense of violence throughout, the radios, throughout the press. The mayor talks about how crime-ridden the streets are, but you all are keeping our streets safe, right? We don't need more and more cops on the subway. We don't need more and more cops in our communities. We need more of the workers that are out here today. We need more of you guys, the change makers, that are providing safeties to our communities. So I'm so thankful to, again, be out here to have great organizations that are truly doing the work in our communities. No one talks about how the violent crime within BedStuy is dropping. And no one wants to talk about why it's dropping, and it's because of programs like Project Restore BedStuy. It's because of SOS, right? The work is really getting done, but no one wants to acknowledge that. We want to acknowledge the fact that we need to throw more money at the police. You know, I don't want to make this all about NYPD, but NYPD acts like a company, right? The NYPD would be obsolete if crime was obsolete. They need more money if there was more crime, so they perpetuate more fear within our communities. But what we know is what keeps our communities safe is we keep our communities safe. These organizations that are out here today keep our communities safe. So I will continue doing my job as a legislator, as a council member, to advocate for these programs to receive the funding that you deserve to continue to do the work that you do, because I'm so grateful for the safety that you provide to our communities and the opportunities of sustainability that you provide to those that need that support. So peace, y'all. Thank you so much for having me today. Stop shooting. Stop shooting. Thank you.
This is what strategic collaboration looks like. The message here is that it doesn't matter what borough or state we come from. Our message is the same. All we want is a safe summer, as well as any other season.
Our message to our youth and our families is that we need your support in continuing the work. We need you to help us help you. Take advantage of all the events that's going on across the city and state with your children. Someone mentioned childhood. A lot of our children just want to be children, minus what life may be throwing at them. Take advantage of all the resources these organizations have to provide. We all need it. Don't let fear be your future. We all need each other, and together we can make not only our communities better, but as Michael Jackson said, help make the world a better place.
My name is Sherrell Richardson, and I'm Assistant Director at Common Justice. Common Justice is the first alternative to incarceration and victim service program in adult courts in Manhattan, Brooklyn, and the Bronx. We use a restorative justice model and have been doing so for over 10 years. We at Common Justice believe in building strong, safe communities, something that all of us here gathered know can exist without relying on incarceration. As the temperature rises and school gets out, we know many of our young people will find themselves with a lot of free time. For too many summers, we have seen and lost young people to violence. We know that this is preventable and that youth in our communities deserve opportunities they need to survive and thrive. It takes a village. So we must harness our power and collaboration and community engagement by fostering partnerships between the community organizations, schools, and families. We can create a unified front to combat gun violence. Programs like Not Another Child, Both Sides of the Violence, Where Do We Go From Here, all provide a variety of educational, vocational activities that not only keep our youth engaged, but also equip them with valuable skills for their futures. Our youth need safe spaces. And this open dialogue helps do that so that they can express their thoughts and concerns so we can gain insight on the challenges that our young people are facing. Together, we can establish a strong foundation upon what we nurture our young people with. And together, we must invest in our communities, our youth, by providing a safe and supportive environment this summer and beyond. We can't do this alone. We need each other. Everyone here and the investment and energy of both our city and state local officials. I'm proud to stand here with community capacity development and all of these powerful organizations today to uplift our young people and to stand against gun violence. We look forward to June 5th to have a safe summer, and together we know that police don't keep our community safe, we keep our community safe. Who keeps our community safe? We keep our community safe. Who keeps our community safe? We keep our community safe.
Good afternoon. My name is Bobbie Brown. I'm the Executive Director of Young New Yorkers. We're an art-based nonprofit that provides alternative incarceration options to young folks who are charged with a misdemeanor or felony. We've been doing it for 10 years. We are so proud to be in partnership with CCD and all you beautiful organizations this year, talking about violence and having a safe summer. I want to make sure that we define violence for our young people. It's more than guns. It's violence when they walk into a bodega, right, and they get profiled. It's violence when they're interacting with NYPD. It's violence when they're getting profiled walking on a daily basis to their stores. There's violence on a day-to-day basis with them with microaggressions. So we want our young people not to just be safe from guns, but safe from microaggressions, safe from the classism, safe from the infrastructures that provide them opportunities from not being able to be as successful as they're supposed to be. That's safety. That's protection from violence all the way around. If we expect our young people to actually proceed here in America and actually expect them to be accountable for the work that they're doing, we have to make sure that safety is more than just guns, but safety is making sure we create environments and structures for them to provide. So thank you for having Young New Yorkers here. We are proud to be part of this partnership. We're going to have a safe summer this year, next year, and the year afterwards. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dr. Starks, and I'm the project director of Project Restore BedStuy, where we work with young men who are part of street formations. We provide them $25 an hour for 20 hours a week. We do restorative justice. As you know, harm has been caused in the community, but it's not who you are, it's where you are, and it's how you redeem yourself. So we know in order to repair the community, we got to work heavily in the community. We do life skills where we work on personal change, community change, and professional change. And we also do case management. Any need you have, we tie it to you, our participants to it. I have to talk about my participants because when Jumaane says something is stuck to me, it doesn't start in the summer. And I have to acknowledge CCD because we were marching together in October, and last summer we were planning to march. We was out there, thousands of us, and we made a commitment that we're gonna show up, and we have. And I have to give Man Up a hands up right now because Sister Kia shows up with me and Coco. When we in that courtroom, we don't even know she's gonna be there, but she's gonna be there in the courtroom with us, and we're a team. It's no I in the team. So I'm grateful. I'm gonna pass it to Dominic, but like I say all the time, if you're not angry, you're not paying attention.
Thank you, Dr. Starks. Thank you to everybody that's behind me. If anybody knows about this work, it's us. And I know that we're committed to this work. I know that we're committed to making better decisions. 20 years ago, during the summer, I was arrested, and I spent 20 years in prison. And my uncle, the late, great Michael K. Williams, supported this work and was committed to doing this work. I want to shout out Caban. I want to shout out Miss Judy. I want to shout out CCD. Anybody who knows how important it is to get on top of this and develop solutions and strategize, it's the people behind us. And I want to close out by thanking you guys for being stronger. Thank you for being focused. And thank you for being committed to this work.
Good morning. It's so good to see you all. My name is Julie One. I represent Long Island City, Sunnyside, Woodside, and Astoria. I have the honor of having CCD in Woodside and Astoria and in Long Island City at Queensbridge houses. We must make sure that we have a safe summer. And our mayor likes to say that we need to invest in public safety. You got to invest in cure violence organizations like the one standing behind me. And when we talk about public safety, an investment in public safety is an investment in wraparound services like youth programs, to make sure that we have somewhere for the youth to go, to make sure that we're investing in their future, so that we are looking at them as human beings to fight for human justice, to make sure that we're continuing to support them and make sure that they have everything they need from healthcare, financial literacy, after school programming, making sure that they have career opportunities. And we will continue to make sure that everything that they pursue will be for their own good and to make sure that they have hope and compassion and that they're seen as human beings. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We got your back. We're going to continue to fight for more funding, and we're going to continue to make sure that you are the forefront of real public safety in our city. Thank you for your investments.
Human. Justice. Human. Justice. Human. Justice. Human. Justice. Human. Justice. Human. Justice. Let's be very clear. When you see you see me. He may not be standing here in the flesh, but be clear. When you don't see us, we're still there. When you're standing somewhere trying to figure it out, we're with you. You're never alone. There is a black agency in Queens that is 58 years old, started by black people, sustained by black people, still led by black people. They will no longer continue to tell us that we cannot do this for ourselves. We can handle money. All the criminal trades that they made criminal, we made more money than them. We can manage money. We can employ our people. What you think brother's been doing in these streets? But you can't solve poverty with poverty. You will no longer tell us that public safety is minus us. You will not use public safety as code word for we gonna keep them safe and you unsafe. I want to let everybody know that we are people of the sun and that the heat don't make us violent. We don't want just a safe summer. We want it safe all year long. Because you've been making it hot for us all year long. Stop pretending like young people get crazy because it's hot outside. They crazy because you won't give them the opportunities that they deserve, they earned, and their ancestors already bled for. I want y'all to hear that part. Their ancestors, they bled for what they deserve. If they don't never do nothing, never again, they deserve it.
There's no longer an excuse for what's happening in our communities. There are enough of us here that are about it. Oh, don't let my suit and tie fool you. I'm about that life. And I don't talk about it, I be about it. I got a proven track record. But I've parlayed my skill sets. And now I use them to build communities up and not break them down. Just had conversation with my brother Caban a few moments ago. And he told me to tell you, first of all, thank you for everybody coming out. We have representation today over a dozen cities, but in the network we have over 25 or 30 cities who have now signed on to Safe Summer 2023. Let's give them a round of applause. I know that my grandma, like your grandmother, had wisdom of old. And this is what grandma said to us. She said, no excuse for what's taking place in our communities. No excuse for children not having safe passageway to and from school. No excuse for elderly not to be able to spend their golden years in a place where they're safe and free from harm and danger. No excuse for individuals not having the resources they need. No excuse for there being one-parent households. There's no longer an excuse. And so the only thing I can say is that we either going to learn to live together or we're going to die together. Our very existence is on the line. And so without going into a whole lot of philosophy, I'm going to leave you in the words of the brother El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz, otherwise known as Malcolm X. And this is what he said. He said, we as a people have done so much for so long with so little that we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. And so always shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll still be amongst the stars. Thank you so much, and God bless you.